Okay everyone, just hear me out for a second. Is there more than one ending for the secrets only update in Brookhaven? Yes, I know, it sounds super crazy, but it may actually be true. So as you know, we got a giant super big update, secrets only. So me, OMG, and a bunch of other people, including Creek, are super excited to try to solve it. Because you know we all love secrets. But the one problem is we're all stuck right now. There's a lot of questions raised and a lot of questions that need to be answered. But currently, the biggest one is how to unlock the secret ending. Or, well, the secret going further. You know what I mean? It may be an ending, it may not be an ending. But basically, we have a lot of stuff unlocked. And one of the biggest mysteries is the portal. So, you're probably wondering, Darzeth, you're talking about all of this crazy stuff. But what are you talking about? 2 endings? If there's not even an ending in general? Well, listen to this. So, as you know, we go to the portal and it doesn't do anything currently. We can go onto this and it does something. Almost as if it's trying to teleport us, but it can't do it, and the button doesn't work. Like, look at this. I'm clicking it, nothing's happening. It's really crazy. Yep, nothing's happening. Nothing. Okay, so my theory, and this is one of many theories I'm going to be talking about right now, but there may actually be more than one ending. So what I mean by that is there's an agency ending. Okay, guys, the agency has their own beautiful ending, which obviously does with the portal, and probably the other ending does with the portal as well. But as you see, right now, we have 2 things that are going on. We get 2 different abilities as we go, and they both go on the same hand, by the way. Go on this hand right here. It makes either glowing white, goldish color, or black. Representing the agency, I'm assuming. So, what I'm saying is that maybe some of the secrets actually lead to one of the endings, which is going to be Mr. Brookhaven winning, getting Brookhaven back, getting rid of the agency for good, or maybe for good, because you know the agency will always come back. Or the other ending would be the agency winning and them taking over Brookhaven. Obviously, whichever one we choose, it will bring us to the ending location or continue the secrets. So that is really crazy to think about, and I want to make it very clear. It has already been shown that a bunch of the secrets do lead to 2 separate endings. You have ones where you get messages on your computer right here. Yeah, this guy right here, after you activate the crystals, you start getting crazy messages in this. And basically, each time you get a crazy message, it actually furthers the story. So some of them go right with Mr. Brookhaven, but then if you click on one certain thing, it changes to the agency that the agency is taking over. And we also recently found out Mr. Brookhaven's son, Marcus, actually is a double agent for Mr. Brookhaven and basically trying to stop the agency. So that right there may actually be the complete ending, the true ending. So maybe there's actually 3 endings to Brookhaven. The bad ending, agency. The good ending, Brookhaven. And the true ending where Marcus stops agency with Mr. Brookhaven and all that stuff. And the agency, they kind of do crazy things. I don't know. The true ending would be Marcus, winning. Mr. Brookhaven would be the good ending. It's things like that. But I'm assuming 2 endings in general where Marcus overthrows the agency with Mr. Brookhaven will be the good. Agency finding out Marcus's things, and it ends there. So we got so much stuff. We got monoliths around the place that make no sense. Is that related to Mr. Brookhaven, or is that an alien ending? And also, we have the ability to actually shock the zombie now, or dead person, Mr. Brookhaven, Marcus. We don't know who it is. And that actually raises even more questions. Which part, if there are 2 endings, does it go to? And yes, I'm going to the alien right now, or whatever it is. The green guy, we're going to him. But yes, whatever you do, it may actually lead to waking him up. And if we wake him up or he teleports somewhere, that may be one of the endings. For all we know, this right here could be Marcus. Nothing leads to this yet, by the way. 100%, there is nothing saying that this guy right here is Marcus. Or if this guy is a test subject, or maybe even Mr. Brookhaven himself. We don't know. Or it could just be a random agency member or a random person, or maybe Madison. It's kind of horrifying if you really think about it. Yeah. But another thing that kind of goes a little further with this, there is 2 of everything except for the portal in the picture. So if you guys, you can actually see the picture and it makes sense. We literally have 2 monoliths, we have 2 green people, and a bunch of boxes which you need to break, obviously, to unlock the portal. So we unlocked all of that. So the question is, are we at the end of it? Do we need one more thing, or we have to do one set of things to be able to solve this? Because it really is looking like that. Because, for example, when you grab the book and you go to the motel that's all the way over there, you'll see that there's a note in the back, which I'm about to show you, that shows a lot of stuff. And by the way, this is how you actually unlock the portal. If you guys missed that episode, I did a whole thing about that. But over here, not in the seat, but back here in the corner, if you look here, there's a note that you guys can't probably read too well, but let's see. Can I get up there? Yeah, there we go. It says, update, Madison, Impossible, and an older boy have escaped our grasp again and are amongst the common people. The weak Mr. Brookhaven left years ago, and his people are now blinded from the truth. Stay the course, and soon we will have total power. So by the way, you can get total power in this game by getting the cubes. But if you get the crystals, it gives you a completely different message. It actually says you slow down the agency for now or something. So that means maybe that's where it changes. The crystals is one ending, and the cubes is another ending, but you can't do them together. You need to pick one ending, do all the stuff for it, then you get that ending, then obviously you have to go back and do the other one. And the reason why this is taking so long, and it's kind of a crazy genius move, because if you're doing this on a public server where no one's working together, solving things, that means that you can't solve the mystery, and everyone's gonna keep getting stuck because we keep doing every single part of it instead of focusing on possibly one particular set of secrets. Like, I feel like maybe the portal being unlocked is a needed secret, but it may not be a needed secret. Maybe that one part of it, the portal itself, is one branch of the secret. You go here, agency, and then another one which uses the arches, which seems like that's Mr. Brookhaven's thing. That would be his ending. So the arches would be the teleporter for him, because remember, the agency's trying to copy him. So that means the agency's literally created that or found a way to summon that out of Mr. Brookhaven's grasp. So that's one crazy thing right there. So there's a lot of stuff you need to do around here to make this happen, because also on that note, things are like this over here, high voltage and danger. Switching one on causes one thing to happen, but switching it off and switching the other on causes something else to happen. Same with this over here. If you turn these like this, one thing happens, but if you turn this specific one, something else happens. So that is really crazy to think about that. If you mess with all these, and maybe this one right here, just doing this by itself, may actually unlock something by itself. To be honest, I'm not sure this one. I haven't actually tested it. Some of you guys may have, but I am not 100% sure if that's where it needs to go. But you're seeing that right now. And also, there's one other little theory about this. What if you can only do certain things at certain times a day? So that would correspond with certain parts of the secrets, but you see what I'm saying? Like, it would correspond with certain things. So if we go in here, obviously some things have to be triggered, like this right here. Certain lights turn on randomly. So when you turn it on, it activates. And by the way, I have these two lights activated right now, and I'm gonna make it very clear. I have no houses loaded in, except for the motel, so that may have been the motel itself, which is a big possibility. But yes, as you see, there's a big possibility that the two endings exist, and you need to do each of them individually in a certain order. And also, I want to make it very clear that this may be even closer to the truth than you may think. And I'm going to say this right now, Wolfpaq basically probably gave it to us, because we have this right here. We sit in the seat. It gives you the order you need to do stuff, possibly. So you need to turn on the electric plant, which is probably for everything, or maybe not everything. Maybe this is for agency only. So basically, these numbers right here, let me get back in the seat. Get me back. These numbers right here are all related to the electric plant. This number right here, I am pretty sure is either linked to burning this right here, or clicking the papers down below there, which both of them technically are agency related. Actually, anything in this building right here is probably going to be agency related. But there's also stuff that's related to the farm. You go to the farm, that's where you find the buried key card, and we don't know if Mr. Brookhaven owned this or not. And also, if you go over to the abandoned shack, there's something there, and the only crystal you can get for this whole entire thing is actually hidden on the roof, not even inside. So that's something else also. And the police station has a few secrets as well. That's where you can get the pole. And as you guys realize right now, the one item, the one secret that has nothing you can do currently is the weird pole white thing you can get in the game. So that may go with the actual good ending of the game, that actually is needed to complete something. And that would make sense, because then it would make it so like, oh, we have this one thing, then we have another. And to be fair, Wolfpaq isn't giving us much information to work off of. So we're like literally on our own right now. Like, guys, It's like, so if there's 2 endings, that means now we can officially solve it. That is literally what we have to figure out now, is what set of things work together to give you 1 ending. Do you need pieces of one of those to go into it? Like, do some of the agency stuff actually do what we need? Like, for example, we have this right here, and we can't currently click it. We have the picture right there. Maybe if we get further along, this picture's gonna be clickable. And then when it's clickable, we can do something with it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. You're on camera. Say something. So, this right here feels like it's very, very Mr. Brookhaven-sided. But I feel like maybe one of these agency secrets does coincide with Mr. Brookhaven's, because Mr. Brookhaven's son, Marcus, is a double agent for them. So that means now we get to weed through all the secrets that we have currently, put them together, and figure out which ones are meant for which side. But I could be completely wrong. I want to make this very clear. All of them may be done together to get you the ending. But from what it seems like right now, there's 2 different endings, especially when you get the crystals in the cube part. For a good example is that your hand turns goldish white when you do Brookhaven's part of it. That's what I'm going to call it, the crystals, and it gives you a message corresponding with that. But if you go into the cubes, which by the way, you can do them separately, you do not have to do them together. You can do one or the other. You don't have to do them both. You can literally do them separately. The pillars turn black and you get ultimate power. What do you do with that power? We don't know currently, because we can't actually use it. So it can be a multitude of things. But the other way around is that when you get the golden hand thing, other crazy stuff happens. And by the way, for those that are wondering, the hotel room is the future. So that means Marcus was trying to hide, so that's in the future. So that means we are currently technically time traveling as we're doing this. So there might be a chance that we'll find something that brings us somewhere else, or load something in that brings us back in time. That is crazy to think about. I know. And for those that don't know, Brookhaven Airport currently, at this time recording, has no secrets that have been discovered. There may be something there. My theory is something to do with the Brookhaven numbers on the thing. That might actually trigger something with the school, a new movie, or something of those sort. Or maybe it'll lead us into the direction we need to go. Or maybe one of these numbers will correspond with another set of numbers we already have, and that will help us figure out which ending we need to get. And by the way, the diner doesn't have anything. People assume it does, but currently it does not. The arcade has something, and maybe each location that has something linked to the cubes is not just normal. Maybe it's actually agency related. Like arcade under here, and that leads to the bank where it gets robbed, but it also leads to the secret thing, that the secret criminal base, which may be agency related, under there. So there's a good chance that has something to do with it. But we honestly don't know yet. We're going to keep theorizing. We're going to keep working. If you guys have any theories or secrets below, tell me now. Yeah, this is a seriously crazy thing.